So you've healed, you've got through this, and now what you find is that you're seeing narcissism everywhere. But could this be a true representation of narcissism actually being so rife and you never noticed before? Is it that literally everybody is narcissistic? Or is it that now that you know the telltale signs, you are now seeing it everywhere? Are people really this narcissistic? Watch this video because this is exactly what I'm going to be talking about. If you see narcissism everywhere, this video is for you. Hello my friends and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So in this video today, we're going to be talking about what happens if you're seeing narcissism everywhere. Maybe you have healed, you've got through the next part into this healing journey. And this is a phenomenon because I've talked a lot about this with my clients have talked a lot about this. And they have kind of said like, Anushka, you know what? Like I'm actually seeing narcissism everywhere. Could this be true? Do we live in a narcissistic world? What is happening? What's going on? Why is this that I am seeing narcissism everywhere out in society? I go to the bank and the bank manager is narcissistic. My children's teacher is narcissistic. The headmistress is narcissistic. Does that mean that this is happening everywhere? You see, the thing is, your eyes have been opened to a completely different reality that was always there all along, but you didn't notice it. And this is what we're going to be talking about in the video. But my friends, before we get into the video, just want to mention that I do go live on this channel every single Tuesday. I really would love it if you were to come on to the live stream. You know, there's maybe questions or there's something that's on your mind, come along. Like it is a vibe. There's something on your mind or there's something that you know, maybe you want answers to. I say, come on over to the live. Chances are your question will probably get answered. So if you want to check out the community tab, because I do post on there like some of the information and the topics on what we're going to be discussing, guys, I really hope you can make it. Okay, my friends. So you're seeing narcissistic people or narcissistic traits in people that maybe you didn't have before. Maybe you are seeing different insights on situations, on the way that people are reacting, the way that people are interacting with you, and you're noticing, hold on a minute, they're a little bit narcissistic, or they are like full-blown narcissists, because you have become aware. You have read up, you've probably read up, you've watched a lot of videos on narcissism, you know, and you've been out there and you realize that like actually narcissism is everywhere. And this is, you're seeing the red flags in people, and this possibly could be, or maybe even triggering you. And this is a phenomenon that happens. So what I'm going to ask you to do is self-reflect on this, okay? It could be that, yes, you are absolutely right. This person has really intense or very strong narcissistic tendencies or narcissistic traits. And now you see them because you're more educated about it, you're more aware of what's going on. And unfortunately, these experiences that we do go through do make us more susceptible and more open into understanding narcissism or these toxic traits that exist around us. So take some time to take a step back. Okay, because sometimes what happens when we learn about narcissism, when it's around us 24/7, what happens is we tend to apply this knowledge into our everyday. Now, yes, sure, these people may be narcissistic, but there may be some where maybe we are seeing something that we want to see that may not necessarily be there. So I want you to have an open mind, okay, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. I really am not, my friends, but have an open mind. You know, narcissism exists on a scale, on a continuum, where some people are really narcissistic and it is really obvious, like you can see when someone is. And then throughout the kind of the scale, there's people who have different types of tendencies that are quite narcissistic, quite toxic. But what you have to understand that ultimately, right at the core of narcissism is a really dysfunctional ego. It's an ego that drives all these defense mechanisms, okay, and that causes the narcissist to be able to hide within themselves, hide who they are, and become a representation of who they want you to perceive them as. Now, I've got to say this, that a lot of people do this out there. People don't feel very confident about themselves. People don't really understand themselves very well. And so what they tend to do is they tend to hide behind a certain persona. All right. Sometimes people are in high powered positions and they may take themselves too seriously. Do you know what I mean? They're like, they become jobs worth. All right. And, you know, the way that they are reacting, you're thinking, yeah, okay, really? Yeah. So what I'm saying to you is that behavior comes from not being confident in your own abilities. They don't have self-worth. So this is why they pretend to be someone that does, but it comes out in the wrong way and you can see through it. So take a step back, really look at this person. Is this egotistical? Is this ego processes where really at the core of it is they don't have confidence, they don't have any self-worth, and they're using a mask, okay, to show others, to kind of show others that they are okay, versus someone who is literally intensely narcissistic, someone who has got an agenda behind it. They want to hurt you, they want to fool you, they want to manipulate you. There's always a reason why they want to do this. So be aware, some self-reflection, and just really have a look and think, what is really going on here? Also added to that fact, what I would say to you is seek outside opinion. Ask someone else how they perceive a particular person or a situation, or what that person would do in that situation. Again, this is opinion, doesn't mean that that person is right. It's just how someone would react to it. So that's what I'm kind of asking you to do. Not saying that you're wrong. It's just ask for another opinion. Because maybe this person sees something that maybe you are missing, or maybe that's something that has triggered you and has caused you to have a certain reaction or perception of a situation. So seeking outside kind of opinion or a second opinion can sometimes really help. Now the next part, all right, you're quite empathetic. You're a really empathetic individual, all right? And I want you to see this from the bigger picture. When you're looking at someone, when you're perceiving someone, when you're perceiving a certain situation, it's like the first thing that I said, take a step back and look at this. You know, what really is going on here? Have a think about what that person is trying to communicate with their behavior towards you. Now, when I was learning psychology, or when I was learning to become a psychologist, okay, what we were always taught is take a step back and really look at that person. What is that person communicating with their behavior? Not necessarily what they are saying to you, but what are they communicating to you with their behavior? And that's how you learn to read a person, is what they are not saying, but their behavior is communicating. Listen, people can tell you a lot of things. People can tell you what you want to hear, but their behaviors are going to be different from what they are saying. So you will really learn and understand what someone wants and says to you by the way that they behave. And that is what is really important here. It's about being compassionate. People have their own flaws, people have their own insecurities. But remember, it doesn't mean that they are narcissistic. It just means that they are using this mask to help them get through a certain situation or a certain interaction that they actually can't cope with. Regardless of whether somebody is showing you narcissistic behavior or not, you need to set boundaries, or you need to practice healthy boundaries. Because this is your protection. This is what is going to help you in every single situation, all right? That you are going to protect yourself from getting hurt or getting too drawn into something that maybe you don't need to. Having boundaries is knowing what is right for you and what's not, and being able to say it, being able to communicate that in a really effective way. This might mean distancing yourself from certain people. This might look like minimizing your interactions with these people to protect yourself, your time and your energy and your emotions. Maybe these people are drawing you into so much drama. You don't need to be involved with the drama that this person causes. But what you do need to do is be able to protect yourself. So again, take a step back, really have a look at this situation and think to yourself, you know, is it worth my time? Is it worth my energy to get drawn into this? And if that means limiting your exposure, limiting the time that you spend with this person, then so be it. You've got to protect yourself at all costs. Okay, no one is going to do it for you. It is your responsibility to do this. Once you realize that someone is an energy vampire or someone that's taking something from you that you are not willing to give, then you need to be able to accommodate the fact that you need to protect yourself. Listen, the only reason why you're going to have to put boundaries in place is when someone is not respecting you. When someone doesn't respect you, then that's when you got to put boundaries in, because this person is not behaving in a way that is right towards you. So you have to protect yourself. If you find that you are in distress, or you are feeling really uncomfortable in a situation or around a person, I would say to you is, distance yourself, but also seek professional advice. Seek advice from someone who understands what is going on, what might happen, what is going on, what is happening. You know, you need someone to be able to validate you, and someone that will help you to recognize these things and help you to heal from them. Because look, if this is someone, you know, that you have a really close relationship with, you know, like a friend or a loved one or a partner, I mean, it's really horrible when you're finding these things out and you're thinking that this person is narcissistic where they weren't before. It is really good to be able to talk about it and be able to explore this, you know, within this setting. So I really would say seek professional advice, or talk to someone that you feel safe with, and someone that you can trust, and know that there isn't going to be any consequences of you really exploring that with somebody. So guys, if you are someone that is going through this, or maybe have noticed these things, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below. I've also got a great video on how you can go forward. If you are someone that has actually seen that this person has narcissistic traits, or they're being very narcissistic or being very derogatory to you, watch this video, because I talk about this more and what you can do to help you move forward from this. I've also got a mentorship and a journal club and a Discord server, and if you're interested in joining any of them, please see the description box below. This is a great way to help you move forward and work through maybe some difficult things that you're going through. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.